Hello. Yeah, very good morning. This is Dr. Ramesh. Right. The last lecture we have been discussed about the management control system, which is when someone please tell me my voice is audible. Yeah. Coming to coming to the lecture today, and I would like to see the participants. Warm welcome to the lecture of management control system. Today, we would like to discuss about the designing of management control systems. And the previous lecture, we have discussed about the introduction to the management control system, the nature, scope, objectives, and how the management control system is essential uh, to establish the organization as well as to run the business effectively. And it is the management control system is a linkage between the different disciplines we have discussed. So, 1 minute, I am opening the PDF, having small technical issue. One moment, please. Okay. Today, we would like to talk about the designing of management control system. Uh, Here, we need to understand the nature of the designing and introduction to designing of management control systems. and establishing linkages between other disciplines and functional functions of controller, decentralization as a management philosophy, and analyzing management control process, types of management control systems, and future management control systems, coordination, and finally we are going to discuss about the important questions of the designing of management control system. So, my dear friends, in this unit, we are going to give an attempt to explain the link between the various stakeholders towards the goal concurrence, besides establish a formal information system and implement the control system. It also explains the managerial style of influence the managers in an organization and structure of the organization. Dear students, the types of managerial control systems are also described at the end of this unit. To manage the people effectively, control systems are required for the following three reasons. The first one is the management control system, effective management control system is needed, and it is needed for lack of direction and motivational problems as well as personal limitations. These are all the three challenges. To manage these barriers, lack of direction or motivational problems or personal limitations, the management control systems are needed. The poor performance in the organization can be attributed to lack of direction among the employees. Definitely, direction is one of the most important function out of the all management functions, as we have discussed in the last lecture about the principles of the management: planning, organizing, controlling, leading, directing. In that, definitely the controlling is one of the essential part where it is going to be helpful to the uh, bring the optimum performance of the organization, as well as the management control systems are helping us to uh, organizational success and giving employees the required support and direction to accomplish the organizational goals is one of the important function of the management control system. So definitely the management control system is helping us, all the employees, all the categories of the employees, looking at the top level managers to the middle level managers and the ground level managers and employee groups. Like that, we have the different levels of the people are going to be there in the organization. Everywhere the management control system is going to be help to the all categories of the employees in achieving organizational goals and objectives, and it is going to give some sort of support and direction to complete the predefined strategies which are very important to the organization. Management control system can influence human behavior, and good management control system can influence the behavior in goal congruence manner. I would like to talk about the congruence means it is the compatibility and the feasibility. So how goals are going to be achieved, that can be easily communicated with the effective management control system. So this is what the introduction and designing of management control system. So when we are going to design the management control system, how the system is, first we need to understand the definition of the system, my dear friends. The definition of the system talks about, so the definition of the system we need to discuss. I'm going to share sharing window. One moment, please. Yes, my dear friends. Oh, effective designing of control system, the process of designing control system. You look at the screen here, management control system. Definitely, when we are going to design an effective management controlling system, we should understand organizational objectives and organizational uh, we need to study about the vision, mission of the organization, vision of the organization, and we should understand the objectives and policies of the organization, policy framing. After framing the policies and how the policies are helping to the management as well as all levels of the employees to achieve the organizational goals in a structured way. For that, to achieve the organizational goals in a structured way, for that, definitely we need to do a systematic investigation, ask research into different areas which is associated or having the relationship with the technology, organizational structure, as well as the environmental factors, and what are all the challenging aspects are there when we are going to define the effective management control system. It is the center of all the business operations, and definitely we need to understand the definition of the system. A system can be defined as it is a collection of the different components and having a proper connection and linkage between the different parts and subparts of the system, so to communicate or to execute or to carry out a purposeful activity, that is going to be called as an assistant. For example, my dear friend, you look at your computer as an assistant, and your human body is a system, your administration is a system, your organization is a system. Here, we are going to connect different parts and different attributes in a systematic way to execute a predefined activity to attain certain goals. Look at your human body. Human body is also system, and having different. You have heart, kidneys, brain, blood, nervous system is there, right? Again, you have cardiology, anthropology, cardiology, and dermatology. These are all related to your human body, but having different types of domains. Once you talk about the human body and try to talk about your computer, it have the monitor, input device, output device, like that, and a processor. These are all the different parts which are having connected to carry out a purposeful activity. So, like that, if you look at the organization is also a system. Try to understand it is going to have the connection or the coordination among the different functional areas of the business. Look at the different functional areas of the business means organization should have a organizational structure. Again, the manpower planning, investment planning, procurement planning, supply chain management, distribution management, transportation management, customer care, sales and advertisement. Look at it is all areas, and product development, product processing, product layout, process layout, like production and operation is included in the business. Again, logistics is going to be involved in business, and try to look at the sales and advertisement is going to be involved in business, and again, product segmentation of the market, segmentation of the product, and the employees. Another end, employees. One end, policy is going to be policy makers are going to make the policies of the organization. Another end, different. These all are the different subsystems. Look at the logistics. Look at the supply chain management. Look at the HRM management. Look at the financial management. These are all the individual subsystems which are going to support to the main system. Again, we need a management control system individually to control each and every subsystem in an organization, to execute the financial program effectively, financial plans effectively. For that, again, we need to have a develop a strategy. A strategy is a comprehensive plan as well as an integrated plan which can attain a predefined goal and objective. So the strategy is going to give clear vision and focus to control the things and to implement the plans effectively. So like that, my dear friend, look at here like that we need to develop the wholly we need to develop the effective management control system to run the subsystems effectively and to maintain the coordination, cooperation effectively between the subsystems. So the subsystem should also run effectively. So here we should develop an effective management control system. Control system is a system where it is going to help us and it is going to guide us to do the things in a right way, to do not commit in a mistake, and which can lead the losses or which can lead to the damage of the organization. For that, definitely we have to uh, when we are going to design an effective controlling system, we need to understand the first step in the process of designing control system is to attentively hear the client needs. So active listening and effective questioning, conceptualization of vague questions, situations, and clarifying the first necessary step, right? So we need to sometimes depends on the help of the consultancy services. So any management control system, the first requirement analysis. The requirements are going to be differ uh, for the different business people. Look at IT companies, their requirements are different. Look at in a retail company, a retail products company, their requirement is different. Look at the online retailers, their requirements are different. Look at the people domain and domainal experts and subject matter experts are needed to do the analysis of the client requirement analysis. This is the first and foremost important step in the designing of the effective control system to understand the client requirement. Unless until we do not understand the business process and business modeling, we can't design an effective control system. Definitely, we need to go in depth of research, in depth knowledge and background information, conceptual information, and scientific information to know about the client requirement with respect to the different functional areas and business process. So for that, definitely we need to take the help of the consultancies, and first we should listen carefully of the client requirement, what they want, bring the changes into their business operations, and what problem they are facing, or if they are, maybe the client may not understand what problem they are going to be faced. So as a business analyst, uh, understand as a business analyst, be a junior, here also we have the levels of the financial analyst, business analyst, technical analyst, and a business architect, software architect. So like that, it is the integration of different expert knowledge and scientific knowledge and critical knowledge to give effective control system. So for that, definitely we need to understand the deep roots of the technology as well as the environmental forces. Environment comes to everything. Environment talks about your business your business as well as import, export, politics, right? Again, the domestic market and international market, the inflation, as well as political spends, political decisions, international political decisions can also influence the business. So when we are going to give an effective management control system, it should give some sort of uh, understanding that what changes are going on in the market and how we can able to manage the change effectively, upcoming changes and already facing changes, what kind of mechanism we need to develop to understand the future changes. Accordingly, what kind of system, what kind of business model, what kind of uh, uh, technology is going to be helpers, what kind of organizational structure is going to be helpful to attain organizational goals without fail. So for that, we need to do some sort of environmental analysis. It's like you look at the internal analysis as well as the external analysis. Internal analysis talks about it. Why? Because once we are the first step of the effective management of control system, developing and designing of effective controlling system, so we should know what are all the challenging aspects, what is the problem, or what kind of problems are going to be upcoming problems. As a designer of effective management control system, it is not a single professional word. It is definitely we need to uh, coordinate the different subject matter experts and domainal knowledge, integration of different domainal knowledges, and that can give a right platform, a right base to give the effective strategy and effective management control system. Here, environmental factors look at the internal as well as external. Internal talks about Internal talks about it's a completely study of organizational structure, positions, roles and responsibilities of the employees. Again, the behavior, employee behavior, organizational culture, organizational policies and culture, and the employee behavior, how they are going to be committed to attain the organizational goals. That is the analysis of internal factors. And again, we'll come to the organizational internal factors. What is the communication system? What is database management system? Again, what kind of ERP, enterprise resource planning? What kind of technology we have adopted? How our HR files, marketing files, finance, how different, again, logistics, operations, how we are storing the data and retrieving the data at levels of the according to the positions of the employees in an organization. So, what is the hierarchy of the management? What is the hierarchy and the power, decentralization and centralization powers? These all are going to be comes under internal environment of the organization, internal factors. Look at the and one end, the employees all the time they are going to highly motivated to attain the organizational goals. And parallelly, any employee is going to first is going to achieve his personal goals, his personal aspirations. So like that, we have any control system that how we can control the employee behavior, investment behavior, as well as promotional behavior. Like that, these are all the different sub-functional areas of the business. Like that, the these are all comes under internal analysis, organizational internal analysis. Definitely, we need to look into organizational policies, organizational structures, the cost management, again, investment management, infrastructure development, right? And expansion of the business, integration of the business with the other domains, and what are all the upcoming challenges with the technology, rapidly penetrated technologies into the market. Got my point. Why? Because so what is your domain? Where domainal knowledge is also very important. Somebody is into pharmaceutical business, drug engineering. Few people are into hospitality. Few people are into production side. Like that, any organization should associate with the internal environment. The employees and employee unions, employee groups, employee deviant behavior, so maybe how for the employees are motivated. Any organization success is depends on the contribution of the employees. How what kind of system we have developed to motivate at optimum level of the company employees, and how we are dealing with the employee deviant behavior and convert them into a potential workers. So for that, if any employee is deviating from the performance and giving optimum performance, what kind of mechanism the company have to motivate them effectively, to save them sometimes uh, at the stress levels, stress management, employee motivation, placement, training, infrastructure. This all comes under your internal organizational culture and everything. So I'm talking with example only HR, but look at the finance side also we need, and the marketing side also we need to talk, technology side also we need to talk. Coming to the external factor analysis, external factor in the sense is we need to understand external factors do not have the effect of control uh, when we took the decisions, when we implemented the strategies. Even the external factors also have gives the influence on your business and operations. So external factors like you look at the domestic as well as international economy. So every business and every control system is associated with the economy only. So it's like the political decisions are going to be government, state government decisions, central government decisions, as well as the WTO, World Trade Organization decisions, inflations, imports, exports, right? Last time you look at the uh, Russia and Ukraine war, and you just look at the war, the outcome of the business, how many companies' shares are going to be falling down, and directly you are not involved in the war also, but due to the crisis happen in the economy, world economy, that can also show the negative and bad impact on our business model at kind of threatening situations also. How we are designing our management control system which can attain the goals in a systematic way. For that, the next step is to attempt the uh, organizational goals in a holistic way. We need a framework of the organization, right? And first, we should understand the choice of the model. So definitely, once we want to develop an effective management control system, uh, we need to take the help of the consultants. A consultant is a subject matter expert. Like we need to call upon the finance consultants, HR consultants, marketing consultancy, or altogether we are going to give the project to some company to give an effective management control system. If not, as a student of finance, so definitely we need to do a systematic investigation into all these areas what I have discussed right now. Economy, right? That to be internal, external, import, export, internal factors, external factors, organizational policies, organizational structures, investment, procurement, right? And production and operations, logistics, customer service, customer care, employee satisfaction, job satisfaction, employee retention, placement, performance. These all are a big. These all are the subparts of the management control system. So, after identifying the different uh, factors as well as the dimensions of our controlling system, so we need to establish the link between different business functional areas. The purpose of this is establishing linkages between the different functional areas is this is going to be the a contingency based research as it has urbanized since the early 1980s to critically evaluate this work and consider a diversity of the theoretical foundation that may assist in developing the future research. So, contingency based framework means a future event or circumstances which is possible but cannot be predicted with certainty. So, that is called contingency, and contingency research is helping us to find. I said it is a future event and the circumstances which is possible but can't be predicted with a certainty. So the business we can't predict the things in a certainty. Certainty and uncertainty. So why your management control system is needed to face the uncertainty, to face the uncertainty. So uncertainty is always there, but how your controlling system and implementation of strategies and designing alternative strategies if anything is uncertain, if anything is moving out of the control. So how we are going to uh, deal with the uncertainty. So uncertainty, handling uncertainty, for that we need to handle and control the uncertainty. For that we need management control system. So in this process, definitely the designing of the effective management system. The first step, requirement analysis. The second step, goal setting and goal congruence. As of now, I said about the requirement analysis. And the process of requirement analysis, we talk about the requirements of the client, his business model, business process, business functions, procedures, departments, departmentization, infrastructures, linkage between the department to department, how information is flowing from HR to other departments, again the production department to marketing department, inventory department. This is all are interlinked, diversified and communicated functional areas. So after understanding the business requirement and business model, then we need to decide about the goal setting. So we definitely identify the goals of the business. So the senior management wants the organization to attain organizational goals, but the individual members of the organization, those who are working at different hierarchical level, have their own personal goals, and they may not necessarily be consist with those of the organization. The central purpose of the management control system is to ensure, insofar as feasible, a high level of goal congruence. So congruence means it's a compatibility, feasibility. So how we are going to set a goal, how we are going to identify the system goals and organizational goals effectively. For that, the central purpose of the management control system is to ensure, mm, in so far as a feasible, a high level of goal congruence, a high level of goal setting. So definitely we need to understand the set the goals at high level, standard goals. Goal congruence means that is a feasible, and goals should be organizational, and a goal should be individual members, should be consistent with the goals of the organization. So for that, again, we need to study about the informal factors, external factors, and internal culture, how we are going to set the organizational goal, which should be feasible and that should be at high level. So for that, we need to study about the informal factors, external factors of the organization, and we need to study about internal culture of the organization, or internal culture of the business also we need to study. Informal factors like both formal system and informal process influence the human behavior in an organization. Consequently, they affect the extent of achievement of goal congruence. Formal systems can strategic plans, budgets, reports. Informal process consists work ethics, management style, culture, which are again external and internal to the organization. Dear friends, I would like to tell once again that informal factors like both formal systems and informal processes influence the human behavior in the organization. Formal system as well as the informal processes influence the human behavior in the organization. Consequently, they affect the extent of achievement of goal congruence. So, how it is like a group dynamism, group behavior. The informal groups can be formed based on their own interest. The formal groups are going to be formed in an organization with the interest of top management or the management. So the information can be easily shared. The speed, fastness of the sharing information is more in informal groups comparatively in formal groups. So anyway, the informal talks about us. Maybe it should be the employees are from, even they are from working in different departments. They may be from same school background, or they may be like that. They may be friends in the past. They are working in the company. As per the company, they are the employees, but they have a personal relation as a friendship or same community, religion. In this area also, some sort of confidential informations are going to be shared fastly and quickly. For that, also, once we are going to set the goal of the controlling system, why? Because we are going to share the information, we are going to share the operational information, business information, as well as the different business decisions are going to be shared among the groups. Sometimes we need to maintain secrecy. Secrecy means it should not disclose to the anyone. It should disclose to the concerned people only, concerned person or concerned department only. So the business strategies should not be open, but when it is an informal environment, informal groups, they can share. Why? Because people are going to be very close each other. So on their mutual interest, they can share the information. This sometimes it is going to give positive outcome. Sometimes it is going to give negative outcome. So like that, definitely we are going to look into the when we are going to set the goal. We need to talk about the informal factors and the external factors. Like external factors are norms of the desirable behavior that exists in the society of which organization is the part. So external factors, even it is external to the organization, these norms include a set of attitudes often collectively referred to as the work ethic, which is manifested in the employees' loyalty to the organization, their diligence and their spirit and their pride in doing the good job rather than just putting the in the time. Some of these attitudes are local, that are specific. So, dear friends, so definitely when we are set the goal, we need to talk about the internal, external, and organization culture is also important. The culture is one of the most important internal factor of the organization. So it is the a common belief are shared values, norms of the behavior, assumptions that are implicitly accepted and explicitly manifested through the organization. Culture norms are extremely important since they explain why two organizations are identical. So, dear friends, so these are all the uh, steps once we are going to design organizational management control system. We need to do requirement analysis, goal setting, and again we need to study about the internal control system, mixed control system. So what kind of control systems are there? So again we need to study external control system, internal control system, and mixed control system. Like that, we need to study three control systems. Am I audible? Am I audible? So, so formal control system. Okay, here formal control system. The formal control system have major influence on effectiveness of the organization management control. These systems can be classified. The systems can be classified as the management control system itself. So in the formal control system, we are going to talk about the job description, guidelines, and standard instructions, standard operation procedures, manuals, ethics. formal control and system safeguards and task controls. So in the formal control system, so we need to study about the system. So the word rules denote all types of the formal instructions and the controls, including the standing structures, job description, standard operating procedure, manual, ethical guidelines. Some rules act as a guide which allow the organization members to depart from either under specific circumstances. It talks about under the formal controlling system. Uh, we need to study about the job descriptions, job specifications. So, hierarchy of the management, top level managers, what is the roles and responsibilities of CEO, what is the CEO, chief executive officer, again, divisional managers, branch managers, supervisors. So, everywhere here, the manpower is going to be distributed across the organization in a hierarchical way. So the job description talks about it is the job description. Before going to give job description, we need to do job analysis. The job analysis is it is analysis of job description as well as specification. Description talks about roles and responsibilities of an employee, which he is going to execute in the organization. So that we need to understand. And the job description is going to give the clear guidelines to the employees at different categories. And for the different categories also, we need to design different job descriptions. Different means as a branch level manager, what kind of job description, roles and responsibilities. As a supervisor also, roles and responsibilities you need to execute in the organization, and how, what kind of commitment level, what kind of communication, written, oral. These all are, we are going location of the job and the timing of the job we are going to communicate to the employee. This is helping us uh, to the management. So one end, it is giving some instructions and guideline to the employee to execute his job effectively. Another end, if any employee is deviating from his actual job descriptions, so we need to again have a alternative mechanism system, that is performance management evaluation system. And in that, we need to, the formal controlling system talks about job description, standard instructions, and standard operating procedures. The operating procedures are going to be given what kind of operations and the procedures. We need to maintain manuals, ethical guidelines under formal controlling system. So some are physical, some are manual, and safeguarding and task control system. Structural in an organization. So it could be it is going to be a firm strategy has a major influence on its structure. The type of structure, uh, it is going to influence the organization and the organization management control system. Although organizations come in all shapes, size, their structure can be grouped into the following. One is entrepreneurial, functional, again unitary, and matrix, and functions of the controller. So these are all the things about the entrepreneur. Talk about the entrepreneur point of view. These are, an entrepreneur has wide scope and is like, is behaving like a professional leader, and who is going to create an opportunity to start the business, and he's going to establish the business, and for that, procurement of the capital. The entrepreneurial structure is the most elementary form of the structure and is appropriate for an organization that is owned and managed by one person. So entrepreneur means a person who has the power to raise the capital and having complete understanding about the uh, business, what kind of products it is to produce. After producing the products, where he is going to be
traded. For that, what is the infrastructure is needed, what kind of capital is needed, right? So these people are going to be involved. The entrepreneurial structure is the most elementary form of structure, and a small scale industrial unit. You look at the entrepreneurs can also look at a multinational companies are there and a small scale enterprises also there. So some cases, once we talk about the controlling management controlling systems are uh, differ. If it is a multinational company, definitely the company is going to associate with their research and development team and their subject matter experts, and different expert teams are going to be worked out to carry out the uh, different functional requirements of the organization. Whereas a small scale industry unit are a small proprietary concerns are a mini service outlets may exhibit the characteristics of the organization. He's the only the owner looks like the decision maker. The owner is going to take the responsibility of all functional areas. Why? Because the small scale industry is not going to hire the HR manager, marketing, finance. So the entrepreneur himself is going to act as a investor, is going to act as a salesperson, is going to act as a right um, decision making. Quick decision making is going to be happen in the small scale industries, whereas in the large scale industries it will need definitely need a systematic investigation to identify the actual information and core information. The owner, when it is small scale industry, the owner managers looks after the all decisions, as said just now. Day-to-day operational matters are strategic in nature, and advantages of this type of structure, entrepreneurial structure, is going to be quick decisions making as a power is centralized. So why? Because as a small scale industry, the owner of the proprietor of the company or owner of the company is not going to have a board meeting to take the decision. Then definitely the power is completely centralized. He is going to take the quick decisions for the investment, for the production, for the sales, and so it's a centric. Is only the one person. The power is going to be centralized. Decisions are going to be taken quickly, and time is going to be saved. And timely response to the environmental changes. So definitely is going to bring the any kind of change into his organization. Informal and simple organizational system. Disadvantages of the entrepreneurial are it is going to give excessive reliance on the owner manager, and so proves to be damaging for the owner manager. Maybe full busy with the day-to-day matters and ignore the strategic decisions. Sometimes maybe it is a small scale business. He is going to handle many activities at a single point of time. In this process, the manager is not going to whatever the proprietor of the trade or the enterprise. So he's very busy with the day-to-day business operations. He may not engage his time in strategic decision making. Like that, they may lose their business opportunities sometimes. Why? Because they may not give effective strategic decisions. So coming to the functional, so once we want to study about once you want to design an effective uh, management control system, we should know about the entrepreneur's needs, either it is a small scale to or large scale, and what it comes under functional. Functional talks about this. Organization has two functions. One is managerial functions and operational functions. So we should understand and we should analyze the what are the managerial functions. How many departments are there? What is the infrastructure? Departments, infrastructure, and the employees, and how they are executed their work, and relationship between to department, and how it is integrated with the production department to the marketing department to the sales and advertisement department, again production department to the inventory department, production department to the procurement department, and altogether, and electricity and chemical department, like that. What kind of functions? These all are the different domains and attributes of the business. Everywhere the managers are going to be execute from supervisor to CEO. All people are going to involve at their level planning, organizing, controlling, leading, and directing. These are all the five functions which can talk as a managerial function. Operational functions. Another what we have discussed, like logistical operations are there, supply chain operations are there, transport operations are there, procurement operations, investment, right? Again, money management, working capital management, fund flow management. These are all the different operations which are needed every day, day to day, to run the organization effectively. So, like that, as the volume of the business expands, the entrepreneurial structure outlines its usefulness. The need arises for a specialized skill and delegation of authority to managers who can look after the different functional areas. So try to understand. Once the business volume is increased, the expansion of the business is there. The power should not be decentralized. It should not be centralized. It should be decentralized. The power is should be delegation of the power. It is going to be helpful to save the time. So the entrepreneur formula is like what kind of management control system we need to design. So the entrepreneurs all the time they want to maximize their efficiency and volume of their time. So that can be happen with only delegation of authority to the manager who can look after the different functional areas. The rationale for the functional firm organizations involve the notation of a manager who brings the specialized knowledge to bear on decision related to specific functions as contrast to the general purpose. Managers who lack that specialized knowledge, a skilled marketing managers should make better marketing decisions, and skilled production managers should make better production decisions than made by a generalist who is responsible for the both marketing and production. Further, in terms of need, satisfaction and functional organization tends to be bring people together in a similar skills and interests that changes the group are more congenial. So again, unitary. This one more I have scared here. What is this? The functional is over, and coming to the unitary things. The business unit for the organization is designed to solve the problems inherent in a functional organization. So, what do we mean by inherent means? The business unit for organization designed to solve the problem. Inherent means existing something as a permanent or essential or a character attribute. So, uh, unitary talks about business. So, we need to organize or design to solve the problem inherent in functional organization. A business unit, also called as a division, is responsible for its functional involve the producing and marketing a specific product line or a group of product lines. So business unit managers act as their units are separate companies. They are responsible for planning and coordinating the work of the separate functions, ensuring that the plans of the marketing dependent are consistent with the production capabilities. So, and finally, matrix one is formal. This is the structure of one more management controlling system under market matrices. In a large organization, there is often a need to work on major products and projects. There we need a matrix structure of controlling system, each of which is a strategically significant. Hence, the requirement of a matrix the requirement of a matrix type of the organization structure. Essentially, such type of structure is created by assigning functional specialists to work on special projects. a new product or service. For the duration of the project, the specialist from different areas forms a group or a team and report the team leader. Once the project is completed, the team members revert to their parent department. The matrix structure is the combination of the product and the functional organization, and it is usually created for executing a project which requires the skilled services of a functional man as well as the specialized knowledge of the product man. So, dear friends, looking at this matrix structure, this is like to execute a certain project. The company, when if you want take up the project is a business activity, and definitely once this activity is needed, when the matrix structures are going to be helpful, means as we have discussed about it is dealing with the often it needs to major products and the projects. A large organizations, multinational companies are definitely at a time they are going to handle a number of client requirements and projects are going on. The project manager should have complete vision and knowledge about how to execute the project uh, from the scratch to up to delivery of the uh, project project deliveries and project implementations. So in this case, definitely the people are going to be picked from the different expert domains, and they are going to be assigned the task to complete the given task. Uh, then after that, if the project has implemented successfully, those people are going back to their concerned domain. How it could be. So few things: advantages of matrix structure allows individual specialists to be assigned. I'm sorry, my time is up. Functions of the controller. The material is there. You just go through that material, and I would like to conclude the how we can summarize the lecture today, what we have discussed, and importance of types of management control system, input control system, process control system, output control system, and informal control system. And in the informal control system, you took about the self-control, social control, cultural control, and future of management control system. So the future of the management control system and organization, yes, definitely to face the continuous challenges of the business and operations. Always it is important to update our management control systems according to the changes happen in the market. So that can I can tell the future of the management control system. It is very essential to run your business in a safe way and facing competition as well as getting expected outputs. We need to develop definitely effective management control systems that can guide us in a right manner. Obviously, the management control system must evolve, uh, and organization may not manage its resources effectively or efficiently. Uh, to manage effectively, we need uh, management control systems. Here, few points are there. You just go to this content, and the summary of this is what points, why, how we are going to design an effective management system in the sense. I would like to outline the few points. Uh, First, designing of the management control systems are essential to attain the organizational goals time to time. Uh, so every organization they want see the profit in their business practice. So the management, when we can design an effective management control system in the first we understand the business requirement and business. client requirement you can talk. Once you on, if you are going to give the consultancy service, you need to understand your client requirement, or otherwise if you are the part of the organization, you should understand the requirement analysis, requirement elicitation. Here, under the requirement elucidation, we are going to take the requirements of the business model, business process, business functions, and all. Then we are going to understand the feasibility of the study and how the identifying the problem and identifying the alternative solutions. And second, we are going to set the organization, identify the goals and objectives of the particular departments and the organization. Then we are going to study about the internal factors and external factors of the business in organization structure, hierarchy of the management principles, and all. So like that, for it is a small scale industry, it is different, and it is a large scale industry, it is different. Small scale industry, okay, entrepreneur controlling system, or formal controlling system, informal controlling systems are there. uh, Coming to the, if it is a multinational company, matrix controlling system. Parallelly, if we keep the matrix controlling system, we are going to hire the managers, and the power is going to be decentralized. The power is going to be delegated to the subject matter experts and the managers who can look after the other implementation of the strategies and taking decisions. Whereas in a formal and entrepreneur model, it is for made for the small and medium scale companies. There, uh, only single person is going to take the decisions. With this, if you keep the analysis of internal factors and external factors and business model and business process and the role of technology, role of environmental challenges, imports and exports and economy, if we understand in a systematic way all these attributes and aspects, definitely we can design an effective management control system which can facilitate to utilize the resources at optimum level. Thank you. Thank you, my dear friends and my students. Coming lecture, we are going to study about the role of responsibilities of the how to analyze the implementations. I'm sorry. This is going to be the structure of the organization structures, like a small scale, how it could be, large scale, how it could be, how the controlling systems and the decision making, roles and responsibility, decision making, and types of organization structures we are going to discuss for the coming class. Thank you, and I wish you all the best. Happy Sankranti, Pongal wishes, and Happy New Year. Thank you.